All right, here we go. It's the one you've been waiting for. So what's it like to experience spiritual enlightenment? What kind of magical mind stuff can be open to you afterward? First of all, you can read about my personal experience with this process in Mind Hacking Happiness Volume 2. In our popular stories and films, some of our best tales are about tapping into the non-local conscious energy fields that are fundamental to physics. For instance, in the popular story Star Wars, the concept of the Force is all about connecting with and utilizing non-local consciousness to know about events in faraway places and to manipulate the minds of others and even manipulate matter around us. One of my favorites of these stories, however, is Doctor Strange. In the story of Doctor Strange, one of the smartest people in the world finds himself in the presence of an ancient master who initiates Doctor Strange into being able to tap into non-local consciousness. After which, he learns to use some special tech to do all sorts of cool stuff. Granted, there's a lot of science fiction here, but there's also some science fact here too. The visuals from the Doctor Strange movie are somewhat accurate, if not also way understated. During his initial experience, Doctor Strange witnesses the universe unfolding before his very eyes into the infinite geometries and dimensions, revealing the secrets of absolutely everything and how vast and intelligent all of existence actually is. What is not conveyed in that scene, however, is how all the infinite intelligence and wisdom and unconditional love for all of the universe is actually flowing through his mind at the moment. It's why this smartest man in the world comes out of this experience knowing that everything that he had learned up to that point was bullshit, and why his first response to that experience was,
"Teach me."
Now, spiritual enlightenment is called spiritual enlightenment because in general, when you learn new things, it's called becoming enlightened about that new thing. But when you're tapped into an infinite consciousness, intelligence, and love that surpasses everything you've ever known, and this whole thing is coming from within you, we call that stuff spiritual. As individuals, this experience usually shows us how to live better individual human lives. But when you're in that space of infinite intelligence, sometimes you get to bring some of that knowledge and wisdom back. And this portion of the experience can benefit both intellectual smarty pants and gifted intuitives. For instance, if you have a scientific genius brain, oftentimes you bring back stuff that changes humanity. For instance, Pythagoras, who history unequivocally identifies as a mystic, and a mystic is just someone who experienced enlightenment, created breakthroughs in math that we still use to this day. Einstein, who wrote about the mystical quite a bit, is also one of those brains who could decipher what he experienced through non-local consciousness. Nikola Tesla, same thing. And the better you're plugged into that what is coming from within thing, the better your scientific discoveries are. In fact, many of the Nobel laureates in physics know that consciousness is fundamental to physics. They know that consciousness is the thing down below all other physics which creates the intelligence and perfection of how all the other fields work. These smartest in the world scientists include this year's Nobel-winning Sir Roger Penrose, Professor Emeritus of Physics at Cambridge Brian Josephson, who discovered superconductivity and quantum tunneling, and the originator of quantum theory itself, Max Planck. Yeah, please waste your time writing in the comments that consciousness doesn't even exist or is an emergent property of the brain. I'll stick with the Nobel laureates who know physics better than anyone else, thanks. Now, on the intuitive side, if you already tune into conscious naturally, which includes a lot of you watching this, when you break that internal barrier in your mind that limits it from going limitless, breaking through this more regularly gets more easy to do, and your everyday abilities develop substantially. This is where you can reach out through non-local consciousness to know other people's intentions. And sometimes you can even influence the minds of others, like the Force in Star Wars. You know this channel talks about next level shit. You should like and subscribe. But seriously, all matter in the universe is connected with this field, including all other humans and all other. And you need to be exploring your connection with it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.